Let's get it. 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 What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Let me go ahead. Put this up real quick. Okay. All right. What's good, everybody? Y'all know the same thing. Like always, I want you guys to send this out to 3 people who need to level up in the market. And today, I really want to give you guys some tools that will help you guys in this market, in the state of market that we are in for sure. So I want you guys to send this out to somebody who needs help when it comes to the market, so we can all win together and we can all make money together. Give me just a second. I'm gonna send this out. Yep, everybody joining in. What's good, everybody? Let me know how y'all feeling in the chat. Let me know how y'all feeling in the chat. Let me know how y'all are feeling in the chat. How y'all feeling about the market? How you feeling in general? It's daylight savings time. I never really understood how that worked. How they just switched the clock. I don't know. Right? I don't know. But let me know in the chat how y'all feeling. How we feeling? Let me know. Let me know how we feeling. Let me know how we feeling. Let me know how we feeling. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get started in a few seconds or in a few minutes. Give me like 2 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and get started. But let me know in the chat, how are you guys feeling about this market? How we feeling? Good. For sure. We should always feel good no matter what the market does, right? No matter what the market does. No matter what it does, we should always feel good. Market short, bloody, but building out long-term portfolio would be happy I caught this time. For sure. For sure. For sure. Shout out to my guy Matthew. I ain't seen Matthew in a minute. Heard from Matthew in a minute. Feeling good. Took the weekend off to vacation. For sure. For sure. For sure. For sure. For sure. For sure. Good evening. What's up, my guy, Davian? My guy. What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? We're going to get started in a minute. As soon as we strike 7:05, we're going to go ahead and get started. But again, I want you guys to send this out to 3 people who need to level up when it comes to this market. Today, I really want to help you guys. For sure. For sure. For sure. And then really quickly, if you guys could please leave a like. If you guys could please leave a like. Been catching the replays for sure. For sure. For sure. But if you guys could please leave a like, that would be the greatest service that you guys could do for me, for sure, as well as tuning in like always. But let's go ahead and get started. So for everybody who is new, this is Alpha Investing. I'm Monte, aka King of Stocks, and I want to reinvent retail investing. For a long time, everyone has thought that retail investors could not invest in the market, and there is some truth to it, right? A lot of retail investors struggle when it comes to the market, but I want to help you be able to invest in this market, and every week give you an edge and give you some information and give you some data that is going to help you when it comes to the market. So if you are new, welcome to Alpha Investing. If you old, welcome back. Again, send this out to some people who needs to level up with the market. But let's go. First things first, I want to let you guys know before we get started with anything, I want to let you guys know I am proud of you. I'm proud of you guys. Like, I understand from experience myself, right, or watching other people. During this time, it could be very, very hard to open up your account because all you're seeing is red, right? All you are seeing is red. So first things first, I want to tell everybody who is tuning in that I am proud of you. One thing that I've learned for the 20 years that I've been on earth, right? A lot of the things that you do not want to do are the things that you should do. So during this time, some people may not want to open your account or you may not want to open your account. This is the perfect time for you to do it. This is the perfect time, right? But first things first, I want to say I am proud of you guys for handling this market, getting through this market. And I promise you, we will be okay. If I thought the market was just going to full, like truly just fall apart and not recover, I would tell you. I will let you know. But that's not going to happen. So I want all of you guys to let you know. I want to let all of you guys know first things first. I'm super, super proud of you guys, especially you guys tuning in every single week. Y'all are hungry for information, hungry for the knowledge, right? So first things first, for me to you, I want to tell all of you guys that I am proud of you. Now, if you want the best prices, you want to know where to get in any stock, right? Come join Apex. Come join the team. Have over 40 different stocks in there for you to buy, 120 different prices, fundamental courses, daily recaps, data-driven insight, so you can get the real data that you need to actually look at to know what's going to happen in this market. And we have a call tonight. If you are in Apex, do not miss the call. I'm going to letting you guys know how you can start seeing what's going to happen in the market before it starts happening. So if you want to join the team, you can scan this QR code or you can type in the link above, or you can type in the words above into a link, and then it will take you to that website, and then you can join the investing team. But let's get into it. So you guys already know this segment is up or down. Let me know. And now I put the names on here so you guys can see it, because I know y'all been telling me that y'all want to see the names, right? So this is ASML. But let me know, are we long? Are we short? And is it going up or is it going down? Is it going sideways? Let me know what it's doing. Let me know in the chat what it's doing. And then what are we doing? And again, if you don't know, it's perfectly fine. If you don't know, it's perfectly fine. Right? So let me know in the chart, or let me know in the chat if you don't know, so I can help you. Long, going up, short, kind of like some mixed signals here. Come on, guys, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Should we be going up? Should we be going long? Should we be going short? Is the chart going up or is it going down? Up, then sideways. All right, so I see a few different answers in the chat. So I want to let you guys know, this is the power of looking over a longer time frame. A longer time frame. If you look over a longer time frame, you seeing all this red, right? 2 years ago, it did the exact, or 3 years ago, it did the exact same thing. And what did it do? It recovered, right? Now, if I look to the most recent and current trend, it's coming down. I think ASML is down around 36% or so, right? But right now, we're down and we're chopping and going sideways. So right now, I would tell you guys that it's going sideways. We're down and going sideways. That's what I would tell you guys, right? But this is the power of looking over a long-term perspective, having a long-term perspective. I want us to stop thinking about tomorrow. I want us to stop thinking about next week, next month. Start thinking 2-year periods, 5-year periods, 10-year periods. And that is going to give you the confidence to invest in this market while it is down. But great job to everybody in the chat. Though the market is coming down, right? There are still some stocks that are pushing up. Even though the market is coming down, there are still stocks that are pushing up. So are we going long? Are we going short? And is Google going up or is it going down? Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? Let me know. Up and long. Up. Up. Like Octavian said, up and short. I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing. Right? So we will be going long, right? Follow the overall trend. I want you guys to follow the overall trend, right? Regardless of you guys understanding how to chart, understanding candlesticks, understanding patterns, the main thing you need to get right first is the direction, which is the trend. And the trend is going up. So we should just follow the trend, and that's going to help us in the long term, especially if you're doing leaps, right? Especially if you're doing leaps. And for those of you who have a really, really big stop loss, even if you get the direction, let's say even if you get in at a bad price or you get in while the asset is coming down, if you're following the trend, which is up, generally your options should do the same thing as well. So good job to everybody in the chat. I will be going long here. Now, QQQ. Somebody check the futures for me, right? I already know what it's. Check the futures. I told y'all the futures is going to let you know what the market is going to do ahead of time. I looked at the futures before this. We were down about over 1% on NASDAQ, almost 1% on S&P 500, and close to the same thing on the Dow as well. So the futures are coming down. But on QQQ, are we up? Are we down? Are we going long? Or are we going short? Let me know. It's going up, right? It's going up. Now, over a long-term perspective, we can see that QQQ is going up. But I will say we did just break a trend line. So if we broke a trend line, what did I tell you guys would usually happen if that trend line gets broken? Do you think we're going to go up or are we going to go down? Good job, Matthew, for sure. Exactly. Right? So this week is going to be very, very important for the overall state of the market. Yep, somebody in the chat said Bitcoin futures dropped 7%. Right, and if you want that price for Bitcoin, then join Apex. But I would be going overall direction is long on QQQ. But if we broke a trend line and if we were retest to probably push back down, then I would start to look to go short on QQQ. Now, I know I say the same thing every week, but it's super, super important. It's very, very important. This is the blueprint for how you can truly understand and look at the market and know where we are going to go. There's no reason for the market to go up right now. World conflict resolution, down. China came out, said they ready for any war. Any war. That sounds like conflict to me. Politics, it's not looking good. Economics, it's not looking good. Earnings, you got some companies beating earnings, right? Innovation, we are getting whooped by China. We are getting whooped. We are getting whooped right now. And I know you may think that I know you may think that everything starts in the US, right? But if that country makes everything, then where does everything truly start? Just do your research on some of the stuff they got over there. I'm telling you, it's better than some stuff that we got over here for sure. That BYD car, that look way better than a Tesla. Way better than a Tesla, right? So right now, there is no reason or catalyst for the market to push higher. All of these things are pushing down. The only thing that I can say that is probably pushing up is earnings. Now, we are innovator, right? We are innovator. But America as the dominant country, you should dominate. It should not be close. It should not be close. You should dominate, right? So there is no true reason for the market to go up as of right now. Now, for all of you who have been watching me for a long period of time, and all of you that have been continuously coming to Alpha Investing, about 2 months ago, I told you guys that I felt like we were getting too comfortable with high returns in the market. We were getting too comfortable with super high returns in this market. The average return is 7 to 12% for a reason. We just had 2 years back to back, 20%, then 24%. Right? So we get comfortable and we get used to the gains and we think that it's a normal. We think that's normal when it's not. You have to always go back to the averages. And Bridgewater, Bob Prince said this, biggest hedge fund in the world. Out of any 15-year period to be invested in equities going back to 1970, this one was the best one, the absolute best out of everything. And then if you look on the right side, this was the past week. Nvidia was down almost 10%. Microsoft was down. Apple was down. Amazon was down. Google was up though. But look what's trending up. Healthcare. So remember I told you guys how they was going to rotate that money into healthcare, take it out of tech. And then now what they finna do is they finna rotate that money right back into tech. Right? So it's time. This is the time for you to start buying tech. Right? But the S&P 500, they just had some stocks added and they had some stocks removed. So DoorDash got in, TKO got in, Williams Sonoma, and Expand Energy. Those are the companies that were added, and then some companies that were removed. I don't even know these companies, so probably reason for them being removed, right? But I want you guys to pay attention to the history and pay attention to the data and pay attention to the statistics. When I tell you something, it's not just coming from my mouth because it's my opinion. Everything that I tell you about the market has data behind it. I'm not going to tell you something that does not have high probability or does not have data driven or does not have data behind it. I am data driven and I always will be. I get up here every week and I want to show you guys the data that actually matters. The data that actually matters. They're telling you that the S&P 500 is probably only going to return 3% per year over the next 5 years. It makes sense because guess what? This was the best period out of any 15-year period that we had in the market. You could have just threw money in the market 15 years ago, you would be up crazy. If you threw money in the market in 2020, you up crazy. If you threw money in the market in 2022, you up crazy right now, right? So we have to understand, and we have to understand the normalcy in the market. It's 7 to 12%. It's 7 to 12%. Now, if you want to outperform the market for sure, no matter what economic environment we are in, no matter what the S&P 500 returns, then you can join Apex. But the averages are 7 to 12% for a reason. So if we just had an amazing year in 2020, 2023, and 2024, amazing years, right? The rest of the decade, we're probably going to fizzle out a little bit. It's normal. Now, everything that we do and learn is switching from hardware to software, and I want you guys to adapt to the world in real time to keep an edge. And if you do not have an edge, the safest and most responsible thing you can do is buy SPY and QQQ and let it work for you. QQQ itself goes crazy, right? If you just look at the chart, you can see that QQQ goes crazy. So if you do not have an edge to invest in individual companies to get outsized returns in the market, the safest thing that you can do is buy SPY and QQQ. I know we want to make a lot of money in this market, but what we also have to do is preserve our capital, and you have to survive. How good was not having a stop loss in this environment if you did not have one? How good was trading with more than 10 to 20% of your total portfolio in this market? If you guys you've been following me for a long time, I told you guys. Who remembers in the chat? Let me know who remembers what percent off of the high did I tell you guys I wanted to buy Palantir. I want to see who remembers. What percent off of the high did I tell you guys that I wanted to buy Palantir? Let's see. Market. This is a learning curve. 50%. Here we are, right? Here we are. And I'm gonna let you know right now, it's definitely going lower. So we have to have discipline. If you do not have an edge, that's perfectly fine. Just buy SPY and buy QQQ and just let it work for you. There's nothing wrong with that. right? Don't feel like you're missing out, because at the end of the day, our job and our goal as investors is to make money. One, you have to make money. Two, you have to not lose money. And three, when you are losing money, you have to keep it really, really small. Really, really small, no matter what. Great job to everybody in the chat. Now, psychology is the most important factor when it comes to the market. 95% of investing is mental. Now, I had a conversation with one of my old coaches, because I ran track. He's a therapist, and I had a conversation with him. How can I truly free everyone who is watching Alpha Investing? How can I truly free you guys and help you guys? We got to get to the psychology around it, because that's the most important factor. Because I can get up here and I can give you the information. I can even tell you what the market is going to do. But psychologically, we have barriers that are preventing us from executing on information. Right? And I get it. I understand it. But I want to give you guys a few steps that will help you guys kind of unlock some barriers. So number one, I want you guys to truly sit and understand yourself. And I promise you, I know you may not get it or you may not understand it. But if you truly understand yourself, then you will easily understand the market. You will easily understand the market. Understand your emotions, understand your habits. Because at the end of the day, the market is human psychology. That's all it is. That's all it is. So I want you guys to truly sit and understand yourself, understand your strengths, understand your weaknesses. Number two, do not run from your emotion. You cannot run from how you feel. You can't. You need to deal with it in a proper way, then make a logical decision after you've processed that emotion. So it's not good for us to invest and also be paying attention and have an emotional feeling towards politics and everything that's going around in the world. And you can ask everybody, right? I'm very opinionated. But when it comes to investing, I have to separate that. I have to. I told you guys how I felt about this iPhone, right? Company still got over what, $200 billion in free cash flow that they can spend. I cannot allow my emotions to interfere with investing, or it's going to ruin me as an investor. Now, step number three, I want you guys to get around people who are actively practicing emotional intelligence. Again, they do not teach this for a reason at all. So, the biggest thing that you can do for you to start leveling up and succeeding is get around people who are trying to do the same thing. That's why communities are so important. That's why teams are so important. Having multiple people around you who are, one, going to hold you accountable, two, are pushing towards the same goal that you are trying to get to. And three, you can all learn lessons from each other in the process. And four, you got to separate the work from the personal. You have to. How easy is it to come home when you had a bad day from work and then allow that pressure and allow what you went through to work to bleed into your household and onto your family? How easy is that? It's super easy, right? You got to be able to separate the work from the personal. And it's the same thing when it comes to the market and investing. No matter how you feel about Trump, Musk, Zelensky, JD Vance, China, no matter how you feel about anybody who are pulling the strings in this world, you have to be able to separate your feelings when it comes to investing. And that alone will give you more clarity, more confidence, and more calmness when it comes to this market, so you can make better investing decisions. Do not go against the data. The math of capital destruction. So if you lose 10%, you need 11% to break even. 20 is 25%. 30, 43, 40, 67, 50, 100. This is why I tell you guys to have a stop loss. It's the most important thing to have, one of the most important things to have when it comes to investing. You got to be able to say uncle. And trading is hard, like by nature. because we're going against what we were taught as human beings. Ain't nobody gonna tell me, ain't nobody gonna have me say uncle, right? That's how we're programmed. Ain't nobody gonna make me tap out, right? But when it comes to the market, you gotta have limits and you gotta set them. And the only thing that you can control is your actions and your attitude. That's it. You can't control the outcome of a trade. You can't control what the market is doing. You can't control anything but your attitude and your actions. So that's all we should focus on. So if I'm continuously taking good setups and I keep losing, guess what? All I can do is continuously take good setups and have a positive attitude about it. That's all I can do. You know how easy it is to quit, to just stop? That's the easiest thing you can do, right? Just stop, just quit. It's easy, right? But through it all, you have to maintain a good attitude and you have to have positive actions. And those two will get you through anything in life, not just the market. That's pretty much anything in life, right? Now, again, it's okay to have feelings and have emotions. A lot of it comes from our expectations. You expected to win this trade. You expected for the market to continuously run up forever. You expected or you didn't expect to have losses in your portfolio, right? Those are things that you may have not expected. But when you put your expectations on something, that is the setup for our emotions a lot of the time. But even through that, right? Because we do it by nature, we have expectations. All we can do is control our attitude and our actions, and that is it. So, again, that is all we should focus on. Now, the primary goal of trading or a trading system should be to create a diversified sequence of small losses and big wins. And I want to let you know trading has a rhythm to it. It's like basketball, it's like football, right? So you guys ever watch the game? Like I know y'all killed me when the Chiefs lost, right? Killed me, right? But you see how like in sports, how you can struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle, right? But then you just get a first down, you get another first down, you get another first down, and then you get a touchdown, right? Screen not sharing? Let me see. Let me fix it. Y'all know Google be hating on me. Google be hating on me. I put y'all stock in here this time. I put y'all stock in here this time. Let me know if you guys can see it now. If you can see my screen now. Let me know if we good in the chat. We good? Are we still not good? Let me know. We good? Okay, cool. Sir James, psychology and financial warfare. Exactly, for sure. But trading is the same way. It's the same way. So, like when you go into the locker room at halftime or you see teams going to the locker room at halftime and then they make adjustments, the game plan is still the same. You're trying to win, right? You make adjustments, you get a first down, you get another first down, and you get another first down, and then you get a touchdown, right? Trading is the same way. Trading has a rhythm to it, and you have to keep your losses small until you find your rhythm. That's why I encourage you guys to have a stop loss. A losing streak in trading is inevitable. I'm telling you that from experience multiple times. But through it, there's always wins on the other side. So however many trades you lost, I want you to know that's however many trades you can win too. You just got to find the rhythm. That's all it is, right? But you have to keep your losses small. You can't get a rhythm if you lose 50% of your capital or 30% in one trade. You can't. Psychologically, you don't want to trade anymore. You don't have as much capital to trade anymore. Now you're trading scared and you have fear. And doing anything with fear is not usually good. You got to have that confidence, right? So like men, y'all know this, or women, y'all know this too, right? Like, man, imagine if you come up to a girl and you try to approach her and you all scared and your voice shaking. She gonna be like, if you don't get away from me, you don't got no confidence, right? You got to step up to the plate and you got to have that confidence. That's with anything in life. I just be trying to make y'all laugh, right? That's all I'll be trying to do. I just be trying to make y'all laugh. But it's real though. In anything that you do, you have to have the confidence, and that alone is going to give you bigger, better, more consistent results. You have to. Now imagine if I came up here with my voice all shaking. Y'all ain't gonna believe nothing I'm saying. You ain't gonna take me serious. Because the confidence is not there or will not be there, right? You gotta have confidence for what you're doing. Even now, I'll tell you guys a secret. The confidence comes from the results that you in the work that you put in. That's where it comes from. So we got to do the work and we got to put in the work. We have to. It's a must. But confidence is key. And people can feel your confidence, right? When you start walking with confidence, everything around you kind of elevates. So if you have a family, right? And you just start walking a little bit different, you get a little bit more confidence. Your wife or your wife or your husband be like, what's gotten into you? Why are you so happy? What's going on? Oh, nothing. I'm just walking like I'm really supposed to now. Like I'm walking how I really supposed to have been walking like this 10 years ago, but now I'm choosing, going back to it's a decision. Right now I'm choosing to walk like this. It's a choice, right? So I want you guys to understand that in everything when it comes to life. And everything that you truly want will be found on the way to the top, not at the top. So this is the perfect time for you to open up your account. This is the perfect time, right? So you want to make a lot of money. You want the big gains. Market is down. It's perfect time. But you have to go through the turmoil to get to the top. If you've ever tried to climb a mountain or run a race, it's a lot of pain that you have to endure to get to the end. Nothing that's worthwhile is easy at all. But the real test is not on paper. It's in the losses, late nights, in the moments when quitting looks like the best option. So like right now, how you may not want to open your account, you got to open it and look at it. You have to. You have to. If you've made some bad decisions investing, right? You need to open up your account so you can understand in the heat of the moment what you did wrong so you never ever make the same mistake again. Ever. So I told you guys before, if you miss out or if you are upset at something, you have to take it personal and then make sure it never ever happens again. And you have to use that as fuel to drive you to be consistent, be disciplined, and do all the things necessary for you to never ever make that mistake again. So I missed Meta. I missed Meta and Nvidia in 2022. I was choosing between at 18, I was choosing between AMD and Nvidia. I'm like, okay, which one? And I got AMD because the price was cheaper. I won't make that mistake ever again. Now I got both, right? But instead of 200% return, I could have had 1200% return, right? Now there's nothing wrong with 200% return. I still made money, but I want to be the best. You should too. You can be. Really quickly in the chat, put what percent that you want to make from this market per year. What percent do you want to make in the market per year? I want to do this every single week. Every single week. Let me know in the chat what percent per year do you want to make from the market? Long-term investing only. Long-term investment only. And again, don't pay attention to anybody else. Your number is your number. The number that you want is the number that you want for yourself, personally. Right? But let me know in the chat, what percent do you want per year? And do not put a cap on it. Don't limit yourself. Don't put a glass ceiling on yourself. Just because somebody told you that 7 to 12% per year is the average doesn't mean that you have to return 7 to 12%. Right? So whatever that percentage is, again, I want you to find a way how to achieve it. Now let's talk about this week. So Monday, we don't have anything. We got kind of like at least towards the beginning of the week, a lighter week. But the Fed, they that interest rate decision is coming up on the 19th or 20th. So that's what we all should really be paying attention to ahead of time before it gets here, right? But Monday we don't have anything. Tuesdays we have job openings. Wednesday you got CPI year over year, core CPI, core CPI year over year, and the monthly U.S. federal budget. That's important to look at. And then Thursday, you got initial jobless claims. You got PPI, core PPI, PPI year over year, core PPI year over year. And then Friday, you got consumer sentiment, which I'm telling you, consumer sentiment is definitely going to be down. So you don't even got to look at that. But earnings, we got Oracle. Quietly, that CEO is in the top 10 richest people in the world. Quietly. Tuesday, you got Dick's Sporting Goods, Casey's, which no one talks about that company. Casey's. Wednesday, you got Adobe. Thursday, you got Dollar General, Ulta, and Friday, we don't have any notable earnings. As far as the futures, same as last week. Short NASDAQ, short S&P. I'm long the Dow, long ZB, and I'm short Bitcoin. We got a lighter week this week, but economic data is going to be very, very important because we got CPI and PPI and jobless claims. So those are probably going to move the market for sure, right? But we need to pay attention to innovation globally surrounding AI, and keep paying attention to tariffs and geopolitical conflict because obviously, as you can tell, that's what's moving the market and adding some volatility to the market. But April 2nd, we got reciprocal tariffs, so we're going to see what that does for the market. So just so you guys can already know ahead of time kind of what to expect in this market. But let's go ahead and go on the charts. And then for anybody who has questions, you can ask me a question. So let me see if I can. Let me see how this works. Okay, now you guys should be able to ask me a question or type it, or be able to type it in the chat. But give me 1 second while I pull this chart up. And then let me know what charts you guys want to see. Let me see. Okay. So now we're on the charts. So any charts you guys want to see? The economic blackout did not. How long did it take me to read the trend following book? That book long. I think it took me a month and a half or 2 months. I think. Yeah. But I get through books quick. So 20 pages a day. That's all you need. 2 times 7, that's 14. 20 pages times 7 days a week. It's 140 pages a week. 2 weeks, that's 280 pages. That's investing book is usually 300 to 500 pages. So it's going to take you 2 weeks to a month to read the book, whatever book you're reading. Especially like if you're taking notes and highlighting it for sure. But yeah, for sure. But what charts do you guys want to look at? Or I'll show you guys some charts. We definitely need to look at SPY. So SPY was in this rising channel, right? And we broke it for sure. We have this support level here around 560. And if we go below that support level, then we should already know that we're gonna probably push down. Same thing on QQQ as well. We were in an uptrend. But if we go on to daily, we broke that uptrend. Or we broke that trend line. Retesting. We might push down. So that's what I'm looking at for SPY and QQQ. Let's look at Hefe real quick because they lost $1 trillion in market cap. So let's look at Hefe. What reason does Nvidia have to keep pushing up right now? They beat earnings. So if you look down here, they beat earnings by almost 5%, and they beat revenue, which is what you should really pay attention to, by 3%. So, I mean, obviously that wasn't enough. So they just disregarded